friends, so excited. We have a special guest in our kitchen, and you might have seen her when we had our office family game night. It was just so much fun. We have Lauren Sisler joining us, and you guys might remember Lauren. When were you here? In September?
Back in September, yeah. It's been a minute, but I'm here and I'm excited to be in this kitchen because you know what happens in this kitchen? A whole lot of fun and a whole lot of yumminess.
That's right. That's exactly right. So, you know how like you have that recipe that you love to bring to anything? Well, Lauren brought this awesome corn dip when we had our family game night. We went crazy over it. You guys went crazy over it. So we were like, come
Angela
down to the
says
office.
we blew up the internet, y'all. What's up?
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those things where I feel like everyone has like their go-to. You know in your head like where to go to the store to get all the ingredients, all the things. So the corn dip is like always at the top of my list. I just love it. It's really good. You can do it hot or cold, which I also love. Some people like cold dips. Some people like hot dips. You could do this either way. I tend to lean more towards the warm corn dip on this one just because, I don't know, I just like some good, warm, yummy goodness. So.
It was delicious. Yeah, for sure.
So y'all excited? We're going to dig into this thing, and I'm going to show you how to make my Mexican street corn dip.
All right, girl.
Now, just so y'all know, because I don't want to say I perfected this recipe, but I will say that, you know, once you get used to making it, you kind of just know what to throw in there. So for the sake of that, we'll obviously list the recipe for you so you'll kind of have all the measurements to start out. But a lot of it is to taste as well. So ingredients. Whole corn, kernel, sweet corn. I'm always a sweet corn kind of girl. You got sugar on the table. There's going to be sugar in this as well. Sweet is always good. You want a block of cream cheese, obviously soften. That's going to help to kind of stir, mix it all up. And we're going to put all this in a bowl for you. You got mayo, chili powder. We got two different kinds of cheese. We're going Fiesta blend as well as the, I need help.
Cotija.
I always called it, cotija. I always thought there was a J there. It was cojita. Anyways, you can also use feta, which also works very well. The canister of feta, you can do that. And lime juice, very important. And I mentioned a dash of sugar. And then we got to have your toppings, your scoops to make it yum, 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 yum. So we're going to start with the cream cheese. And then Miss Annie and I are going to have a little chit chat while we get this heated up just a little bit because it makes it easier for stirring. But cream cheese is good because it makes it obviously just creamier. And I'm a big fan of having a creamy dip. I'm just a creamy dip kind of person, you know?
Alrighty.
It's just how we go. So you just want to soften that up a little bit. You can leave it sitting out, but
I'll take this.
30 seconds in the microwave, 45 seconds, just so it's real soft so you can stir it up. Always important. So while we're waiting 40 seconds here, how is life going for you, Miss Annie? What have you been up to?
It's good. It's good. I just have a lot of schools. I'm finishing up the school year, which is super fun. We're kind of finishing up the renovation of our house. It was fun to have you guys at our house.
We had the best time, y'all. Speaking of game
So
night,
much
like the
fun.
dice game, what do we call it? Tensies?
Tensies.
And so they were so sweet to gift us one of those games. And we have played it. So much fun. Dice are rolling everywhere. And I hear the microwave. Ding, 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 ding.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I feel like we're good.
Perfect.
We'll get her done.
All right.
Yep, perfect.
scoot
So we
this
just
over.
soften this bad boy up just so we got that. And then we're going in. We'll obviously start with the corn. Make sure it's drained. That way it's not runny. You want it drained. Again, sweet kernel corn's always my favorite. I go with the can. Some people go with frozen corn or fresh corn, but y'all, I'm about simple. Just open up that can, dump her in there, okay? Mm-hmm. And obviously just kind of mix as you go, just to kind of mix up all the ingredients. And then next, I kind of lean in on like the mayo, so I kind of get all the creamy parts done first. Again, some people love mayo, some people don't. I love mayo. I think it just gives it a little bit of a tangier taste to it. So I tend to go a little bit heavier on the mayo.
Do you have a favorite mayo? This is kind of a discussion.
Well, it is funny you say this. Duke's has become one of my favorites because I've actually covered the Duke's Mayo Bowl a couple times in college football. And you got the dancing can of mayo, and they do like a deviled egg eating contest. I know it's kind of weird to do that on the sidelines, but you know, we love some deviled eggs around here. So I just, kind of do 3 heaping spoonfuls, but you're talking with the ratio with the cream cheese, anywhere from half a cup to a full cup, I think is fair and flavorful. Okay. Again, we're gonna mix that all up. And I will say some people do like to add little like minced garlic or, garlic to this recipe. You can or cannot. I don't know that it makes a huge difference, but some people do like to add a little bit of garlic to it. And obviously salt and pepper is always good as well. We can drop some salt and pepper in here just to give it a little extra flavor. But then next, after you've kind of done the creamy stuff, Let's get into the cheese. So we have the Fiesta blend, and then as we said, the cotija.
I think the J, you don't say the J.
Cotija.
Like
Cotija.
Yeah.
The cotija. So this, and again, I usually just get my scooper. We'll kind of get in on this. I tend to go about a cup because you just want to thicken it up a little bit. You kind of get a feel for it. And this cheese will melt. So that's why when we put this in the oven, everything kind of blends really well together.
Nice.
And it melts real well. So, and again, feta cheese works really well as well because that'll kind of melt into it. Very tasty. And then, do you think we put enough in there of the tortilla? I'll just do a little bit more. Never hurts. Everybody likes cheese.
Everybody likes cheese. Yeah.
Everybody likes
that
cheese.
Looks good.
Okay, there, we feel good about it. So it should be a little bit harder, you know, as you start to stir, you'll feel it starting to thicken up just a little bit. But y'all, this, my friends, Okay, and then we go halvesies on the cheese. So usually I'll do a cup on the inside, and then we'll stir it up. And what was this, 2 cups? Yeah. So maybe a cup on the inside, stir it real good.
Save the other for the top.
Then you kind of save the other for the top. Yeah.
Got it.
Probably put a little bit more in there. Again, all these cheeses will kind of melt in there together, and it just, so good. So good, y'all. Okay, and then with the lime juice, and again, that's kind of to taste. You can either cut up fresh limes, or I will say this, again, I like easy. To me, this is just as good. Just go to the store. Costs less than $1. Maybe nowadays $2, who knows, but you know, I always keep some of that stuff in there.
That looks great so far.
What do you are you more of a we'll go ahead and use these so we just get rid of them.
Yeah, and go like this. It's fancy.
What do we do?
In our fake cooking show, just go up like that. Yeah.
Is that what you
so
do?
Fancy. There we go.
Okay, we're gonna do one more.
All right.
One more?
Do one more.
I like lime juice. I'm a big fan. It just gives it really good flavor. You can always add more after you taste it. And then we mix it up. I just think this is so good, y'all. I just can't wait for all my ladies here in the office to try it, even though they already had a little taste test the other day.
Which was amazing.
Okay, and then we're going to do some chili powder. Some chili powder. Oh, y'all.
Okay. Oh, do you need the little top?
I'll be gentle. We'll
Look,
be gentle.
I always take the little top off, but you got it.
We'll be gentle. Well,
Okay.
how we think we'll be gentle. You know, and again, this is the taste, but this always is a good kind of, adds a little extra flavor. Now, I will tell you this. Some people like their dips a little spicier. I like mine on the sweeter side. So that's where we're going to bring in a little bit of sugar on this. But just so you know, if you are a spicy person, you like spice, get some hot sauce. Drizzle some hot sauce up in there. Then you can kind of get your feelings about it. But I tend to go sweet. So that's why just sweet corn and the cheeses and all that together just really pops it off. So mix it up real good. And y'all, this is a pretty quick recipe. Once you get the hang of it, I mean, you're kind of in and out. It's one of those things you leave it in the oven, let it go for, 20, 30 minutes as the cheese melts, and then you're good to go. So I think we are ready to throw it in the thing. Miss Annie, do you want to do that, or do you want me to do it?
Now, do you grease this or no? Do you usually grease it?
I do sometimes just in case, but it's not 1,000% necessary.
All right, I think we're going to grease it.
Just in case.
Just in case.
I think it does because it will bubble up a good bit.
On the sides.
Yeah, with the cheese. So we're going to grease it up.
I don't want to spray it on you.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, so Miss Annie, I'll get you to spoon that in there.
Okay.
And yeah, casserole dish, a lot of times you can use those Pyrex. Some people will use like the 13 by 9. I tend to just go with the 8 by 8 or 9 by 9. Kind of get it all feeling good. Now, a lot of times what I'll do is I will put it in the oven for 15 minutes and kind of let those cheeses there kind of blend together. And then I'll add the additional cheese on top because this bubbles and gets hot real quick. And so if you just want to, it doesn't usually burn, but we've got the oven at 350, so that's a good temperature. And we're going to stick it in there for about 15 minutes and then put the cheese back on top. And then so I would say all in all, we're in about 45 minutes from top to bottom to get her done, which is not too bad for an appetizer dish, my friends.
All right, 15 minutes.
15 minutes, and we are counting down.
And we'll be back.
All right, y'all. We've had this puppy in here for about 15 minutes, trying to get all the cheeses mixed together, all the yummy goodness. Let's see if I can not burn myself. I'm not always the best in the kitchen, y'all. Okay, so then we're just gonna stir it up a little bit. Make sure we're feeling, see, look, you see that cheese? Y'all are hungry, aren't you? I'm hungry too, okay? And then we like to just sprinkle some cheese on there, on the top, just so it's looking all pretty, I'm gonna hand this to Miss Annie. She's gonna be my spoon holder.
I'll scoot right around
today.
here.
My spoon holder today.
I'll be your spoon holder and your sous chef.
Yeah, my sous chef. Okay, and then we're just gonna, you just sprinkle this on the top. You just kind of, however much, about that another cup or so. I'm not sure if I quite put a whole cup in there, but we'll just. Whoa, there we go.
There we go. You are putting another whole cup in there. There you go. Whether you want to or not.
Whether I want to or not. And again, remember, you got the Fiesta blend, any type of yellow cheese, but I always like the Fiesta blend. I always think that's good for the internal cheese and then the cheese on the top. And the cotija, I will say it is harder to find that, so feta works just as good, my friends. So that's a little bit easier to find in the store. Just depends on where you go. All right, so we'll stick this puppy back in here for about 5 to 10 minutes. You just kind of keep an eye on it, but it'll melt. Melt the cheese on top, and then we'll give it a good old test drive. All right, our cheese on top is good and melty. Y'all, looking fine, looking fine.
Throw this down for you.
Okay, you want to put it right here on top of that? Okay.
It looks
delicious. Okay, we're gonna let that cool off because y'all, sometimes when you're real hungry, you dig in a little too fast. We don't need any roof of our mouth burnt here, okay?
That's right.
So we're just gonna take a little pause.
All right, now you guys know when you're serving an appetizer, like half of it is presentation, which I may or may not be that great at. And Lauren, what about you?
I'm not great with presentation. Some of these people that roll up with these like charcuterie boards that are all beautiful and pretty, this is your girl. Celebrate with Melissa. She's got it figured out. I know this is pretty simple, but when you roll up to a party, what you gonna do with this?
Well, I think cutting board just makes everything a little nicer. So we're gonna put our...
We call that elevated, my friends.
Yes.
A little more elevated.
We're gonna put our dip and then just spread our chips around the
And here's the thing too with the chips. I like the Frito scoops. Some people do like Tostitos scoops. You could obviously just do regular tortilla chips. Some people also do veggies, like veggies.
Oh,
you could do like veggies as well if you wanted to. Even with the corn and stuff, I know it's a little bit different on the palate. But to me, Fritos are my favorite with this.
I love
so
Fritos.
it's corn on corn on
good.
corn
Yes.
on corn on cheese.
All right, so are we just gonna dig in and see here?
Yeah.
All right.
I think we need Miss Brittany to
Brittany,
come in.
come on, girl.
Brittany's in the office today. We got
Yes.
Angela on the other side of that camera. She's gonna be scooping in on here. And you get your scoop. Now I'm hoping it's cooled off so we got to dig down deep in there to get some of that corn.
All right, get in here.
Okay.
Okay.
Blow on it a little bit. Sometimes you get a little too anxious.
It'll
ruin the rest of your week.
Yeah.
Because your mouth will be.
Because your mouth is burned.
I love it.
That is so good.
So good.
We're doing the shimmy.
I took a big
So
bite,
good.
y'all.
All right, so good. Okay,
That is good.
so thank you so much for coming.
Hey, when
We
y'all
love
hit me
you.
up about this corn dip, I didn't know it was such a huge hit and success. Heard up, I blew up the internet, so here I am.
Yes.
Corn dip central, baby.
You get to come back anytime. We love it.
I will be back. I love me some food, y'all. I'm a foodie at heart.
So we always end our videos with remembering to be stronger every day and what's the other part? Doing hard things.
Hard things.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.